Hello everybody, this is Simeonski. Welcome to another Rec Room tutorial. In this one, I'm gonna explain to you one of the mechanics that I used in my games and also show you how you can build this mechanic into your game step by step. So the next game mechanic that I'm using for some of my games is the object trigger. It's an easy object trigger system. I'm using this in this game that's called The Lost Sheep. So basically you have these objects here, this like creative objects, and you have to put them on these pedestals in the right order in order to get some coins from this lady. So this is basically how it looks like, but we will go through all this step by step so you can see how a system like this will work. So see you inside the maker room. So how are we setting this up? So let me have the pedestals first. And of course you are aware that you can always make this look more nice by using props or building some nice pedestals. But of course I will do this for the sake of demonstration now. We have this pedestal over here. We will again use a trigger volume. Oh, I love trigger volumes. Trigger volumes are really my top favorite thing that I use for almost everything. Put this on the pedestal so we can put the object on there. Okay, there it is. So we have the pedestal, we have the trigger volume, and let's say we want to have 3 objects here, or let's make it with 3 objects like we had before. And let's use simple objects like come on, where are the shapes, simple shapes. So let's use a cube for the first pedestal, a wedge for the second one, and maybe not a sphere because it will roll away, and a pyramid for the last one. So these are the 3 objects that we want to put on there. And for this example I will because we had this before where it was environmental. No, it was not environmental. Oh. And of course it's one object because I didn't do it in the right way. Of course you will need to have everything as a single object, not as one object. And for the sake of being different than before, I will now keep this environmental. You could also do it physical, but not decorational, because then it will not trigger. Of course it's grabbable. This is also grabbable. And this is also grabbable. So we can put it up, put it in here. And let's go for the circuits of this thing. So what you want to do first is actually, it's the same that we did in the video before. You wanna set up a if hashtag chip here. Object entered. If hashtag, and we have now, we call the first one cube. Here we go. So what it does, if you put the object that is called cube that we will create right here, right now. Put the tag cube. Don't forget to add the plus. Sometimes I forget that. And so if we put the object with the cube tag in, it will continue the chain. If we put another object in, it will not continue the chain. And of course, if we take the cube out again, we can set up the system again in a way that will remove whatever happened. Okay, and here we need to work with Booleans and basically with Booleans and with just with Booleans. So let's say we have the Boolean. So we will add a Boolean variable here and call this cube test. Let's say you can also give it a different name. Okay, but I will call this maybe a different way that's easier for the future. Test cube. Let's call it like this. So basically all you need to do now for this first step is, if it has the tag, then we will put test cube to true. And we will put a safety as well. That's just for safety, but if you take it out, object exited, here we go, it will put the test cube item to false. So basically we can see this even now. Now it's false. False. We put the cube in. It's true. We put the cube out again. It's false again. We put anything else in. You see also how it triggers. It doesn't go further. It always stays false. So that would be the first step. And here you can go again with some easy copy and paste system. You just take everything, clone, flip, copy it again. And now you basically, for this first step, you only have to change this values here. Wedge to wedge, for example. This one as well. To wedge. And this one to a pyramid. I will call it only py. That's fine, that's for pyramid. Okay, now all these things will basically check, but you will want to change this as well to test wedge. So basically all these things, don't forget to add the submit button. I always forget to add the submit button. Wedge. Basically all these things, what they do, they check if the right object is inside and change this Boolean variable to true or false. Very easy. So that's what's happening now. We have to give these two the right tag as well. Don't forget to submit. And here we have to tag epsilon. And here we go. So that's the first step. Of course, this doesn't do anything yet. You can put this in, it changes the values, but instead of that, it doesn't really do much. What we want is to have a value checker as well after that. And that's what we want to do with a button for now. You could also use, for example, I have some rooms where I want to trigger something directly if all the objects are at the right spot. Then I would have to add to all of these first things here an event trigger, so it will always trigger an event. For example, the event will be test cubes, and once every cube is at the right spot, for example, a door will open automatically. That's what you could do with a test event trigger, but I will, for the sake of easiness, use a button for now that will just check if everything is at the right spot. And for this example, just show a text that says you solved it. For now there's no text because it's not solved yet, so I remove all the text. And basically what I want to do is I want to go a chain of checking all of these values. Super easy, you just use one if chip, copy it, and then we have the 3 if chips, 1, 2, 3. And they will basically go through a chain of checking these values. Up there we can paste and copy them. Or you could just make a new Boolean and just give it the same name. I will paste and copy them for now. And what you also, this is important, is if you play this alone, this is how you build it. If it's a thing that you do in a group here, you would have to make sure that at least these values here, these values, test cube, test wedge and test p, are set to synced. So everyone will have the same value, so you can build this thing together. But let me go through the chain now. So basically, you just check all these values. If it's true, then it continues. If it's false, nothing is happening. That's basically a very simple chain. You just connect these. It's checking all these values. Now it's all false, and it will end with, if it's past all these kind of barriers in the way, then it will basically change the text to solved. Done. Okay. And that's it. That's how you build the system. Of course, it doesn't only have to change the text. You can open doors with that, remove barriers like we saw before, trigger events, things like that. You could put a lot of different things here at the end, but for the sake of easiness, I did it like this now, and let's test it right now. So if I push the button now, nothing's happening. If I put this in, you see test cube is triggering, and now this should go till this point. See? Yeah. So it's passing this barrier, the test cube, because this is true now, and yeah, this doesn't matter here, but and this doesn't matter. You can see it's coming to this point, but then it stops. It cannot continue because this is still false. Put this in here. It's triggering, and this should go now till here and cannot continue further. Yeah, goes till here, and it's still not solved. But now it should go through the whole system, and the solved button should appear here. And here we go, it's solved. And let's reset the room really quick. So, if I would put, for example, this here and this here, it should not be able to solve it. Yeah, it's stopping right at... Okay, it's stopping right at the front here now because I didn't put this in yet. But yeah, it's also stopping here because these are not in the right order. So this is how you build a simple object-based escape room puzzling game. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe the video if you liked it, or leave a comment. You can also leave comments on what you want to see more on this channel. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.